Take a slow, deep breath. Let it come and go like a wave, without effort, without resistance. Notice how the body already knows what to do. You don't need to command it. It breathes on its own, just as the universe expands and contracts without anyone's permission. There is a rhythm behind everything, a pulse that carries all things forward. And this rhythm asks only one thing of you: trust. Trust is not blind faith. It is not the naive hope that everything will turn out the way you wish. It is the quiet knowing that life unfolds in its own divine timing, and that the current carries you even when you cannot see where it leads. You do not have to force the river to flow. You only have to stop swimming against it. There was a time you believed control meant safety. You built plans like walls. You measured success by how tightly you could hold the reins. But slowly you discovered that life is not a horse to be tamed. It is a breeze to be felt. It slips through fingers that try to cage it, yet it caresses the open palms that let it pass. So breathe again. Every inhale welcomes the unknown. Every exhale releases the illusion of certainty. The world has never asked you to predict it. It only asks that you participate fully, presently, like a dancer, moving with the music rather than counting every step. Imagine the ocean once more. The tide rises and falls. Waves come and go. If you were to fight them, you would drown. But if you learn to float, the same force that could pull you under will carry you effortlessly across the water. That is what trust feels like. Not submission, but cooperation with the invisible rhythm of existence. Alan Watts often said, "You are something the whole universe is doing." And when you understand that, you realize that there is no separation between your breath and the wind, no distance between your heartbeat and the turning of the earth. Everything moves together, and in that movement, there is an intelligence beyond all planning. You can see it in the way flowers bloom without study, and how rivers find their way to the sea, and how life continues to emerge from decay. The same intelligence that governs the galaxies beats quietly inside your chest. When you trust life, you are trusting yourself. Not the mind that worries, but the essence that knows how to be. There is a gentle power in surrender, not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of alignment. When you stop forcing the path begins to reveal itself. When you stop chasing peace, peace comes to meet you halfway. And when you stop demanding guarantees, you begin to feel the freedom that only uncertainty can bring. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice how every sound, every sensation arises and fades. Nothing stays, not even this breath. And yet within that impermanence, you continue. You are the space through which everything moves, and that space cannot be harmed by what passes through it. Trust, then, is remembering who you are. It is not believing in tomorrow, but being fully awake today. It is realizing that the river that carries you is made of the same water that you are. When you stop resisting the current, you stop being a swimmer and become the flow itself. Let this truth sink deeper with each breath. The mind may protest, the ego may clutch at the familiar, but the soul already knows this rhythm. It has known it since before your first breath, and it will know it long after your last. There is no need to rush. Even time itself is part of the dance. You are safe in this unfolding. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where the current needs you to be. Everything that has happened brought you here, not to test you, but to teach you trust. And maybe trust is not learned all at once. Maybe it arrives in small fragments, in the quiet morning light touching your face, in the laughter that finds you when you least expect it, in the moments when you stop searching and feel everything settle. Trust grows like a tree, slowly, invisibly, its roots deepening each time you allow yourself to let go of fear. So breathe one more time. Let the breath move like the tide. In, out, in, out. Feel how natural it is to be carried. The world is not against you. It is within you, expressing itself through every pulse and pause. When you stop trying to outthink life, you begin to feel life thinking through you. The mind will still whisper, what if it doesn't work out? But notice, it has asked that question 1,000 times. And yet here you are, still breathing, still carried. Every time you've fallen, life has quietly lifted you. Every ending has secretly been a redirection. Every uncertainty has contained an unseen kindness. There is no mistake in this moment. Every wave you have fought, every storm you have endured was part of the same sea that now rocks you gently in its arms. The storm was never separate from the calm. They were both the ocean, teaching you how to float. So now, let yourself rest in the current. Trust not because you understand, but because understanding was never the point. You were never meant to solve the mystery, only to live it. Let every doubt dissolve like salt in water. Let every plan soften into presence. And in this letting go of resistance, you will discover that life has been carrying you home all along. And as the breath flows gently once more, you realize there was never anything to control, only the endless, sacred rhythm of life inviting you to trust.